This is Carl at National RV Detroit. I'm going to walk you through this 2022 Salem Hemisphere fifth wheel, and the model number is 369BL. So this is not a floor plan video, it's a how-to video. I'm just going to show you some of the features and how that works, okay? Alright, so to start off with, you have power stabilizer jacks on the rear. One switch controls both rear jacks, okay? Then you have a power awning with LED strip on the slide room. You also have one on the off-door side wall here. This is storage with a small refrigerator here. Okay. You have TV signal out, power, and a bracket to hang a TV set, plus outside speakers. Alrighty, so this is the power inverter. Just so you know, this inverts 12 volt DC from the batteries to run your AC refrigerator off of, right? So that's what this is for. It's so if you're somewhere that does not have AC power, you can still run it off your batteries by inverting the power. Inversion is going from DC to AC power. Okay, that's a kill switch for your battery. This is your solar panel controller here. So let me just go through it here. So you just poke through this amp hours, 77 degrees Fahrenheit, 14.3 volts, amp gain from the solar panel. So you can read the directions on it. You can set this how you want. I've got it set to Fahrenheit, for example, but you can do what you want with it. But this is called a solar controller, okay? Alrighty, so you have two batteries in here. They're wired together at 12 volts. So they still output 12 volts. They just double the capacity for storage. Okay, you have your 30-pound LP tanks. Pass through basement here. Now this crank here, you can't see it very well, but on the end it's a cylinder with a slot cut in it. That cylinder with a slot cut in it will work for your stabilizers if they happen to fail. Here, let me show you. You can see it from here. Yes. You can see on the off-door side, this is your power stabilizer. It's got a shaft with a pin through it. Well, that crank will fit right over that. And so you can actually crank it manually if you need to. Okay. So back up here to the water area here. So this is how you bypass your water heater here for when you're winterizing. You've got cable and satellite coax through right here. This is a winterizing hose, right? City water connection right here. Fresh water fill right here. So if you want to fill your fresh water tank and use the onboard pump to pump water, you'd fill that right there. This is your black tank flush right here. After you dump your black tank, you can leave the valve open, hook the hose at the dump station on here, and spray out your black tank, clean it out really well, plus it will clean off the sensor so you get a good accurate reading. Okay, so that's all done here, plus you get a small, just a regular sprayer. That's your dump hose there. I'm going to shut this because I don't want the wind to whip it around here. Okay, there's this too. Okay. This is your water heater. Okay. So this is a 10-gallon water heater, so it's a big one. Right now there's no water in the tank, it's empty. So this is your anode rod / drain plug here. Takes an inch and a 16th 6-point socket to take this out and put it back in. It screws in right here, right? This switch right here, this rocker switch, is just for the electric heating element that's behind this cover, just so you know that it's there. It's lower left-hand corner, and that controls the heating element. Never run the heating element or the gas burner without water in the tank. You always have to remember that, okay? I'll show you the switches to operate the gas burner when we get inside. Okay. Let's move on here. There's a sewer outlet here. This one here, which are gray, and I think this other one here is a black. Yeah. So you have two gray and one black valve. This is your 50 amp power cord, 30 feet long, 50 amp. We give you the reducers to reduce it down. This reduces it to a 30, and we'll give you another one to reduce it down to a 20, just so you can get yourself out of trouble if you have to. This is pre-wired for a backup camera. You can see the housing up there. That takes a Furrion camera if you're interested. You also have a ladder, which is great. It allows you to inspect the roof. The manufacturer states every 60 days. So a few times in summer you go up there, look at all the sealant, make sure there's no cracking or separation. Look at the roofing material and roofing attachments. Make sure that nothing's been damaged by, let's say, low branches or road debris flying up there. You're just inspecting it just to stay ahead of any problems. It should be part of your regular maintenance. So make sure you inspect your roof. You're just protecting your investment, so it's a good thing to do. Okay, so let's go into the living area here. This is your power converter here. I showed you the inverter, which goes from DC to AC. Well, this is the converter. All trailers have these, just about all trailers. And this goes the other way. This takes AC power and turns it into DC power. So up front, well, let's put it this way. When you're plugged into shore power, you have 110 AC circuit breakers here, and they're all labeled, right? And then, of course, the power is converted, down to 12 volt DC, and you have 12 volt fuses there, and they're labeled. This is also a battery tender, so when you're plugged in, it'll send so much energy your batteries up front need, and it'll always keep them charged. Okay, so it converts AC to DC power, plus it charges your batteries. Alrighty. This is just your carbon monoxide LP gas detector. It should always be green like it is. If not, get it serviced. It should always be green. Okay. You have two thermostats, one for zone A, or the front zone, and one for the living area here. That you just hit the mode button to light it up, and then you just scroll through and pick out the option you want. It's very simple. Here you have your awning switch here, and then you have 3 slide room switches, right? You turn your water pump on here. Now the water pump's used to pump water out of the fresh water tank, like I said, if you don't have city water. It's also used to winterize the trailer. To let your heater on gas is right here. Remember I showed you to light it on, turn on the electric, there's a switch in the lower left hand corner outside. Alright, this is for gas here. And the tank heaters, you have heating pads on your tank on tanks, all your holding tanks, to extend your camping season. And then you have your levels here. Okay. They graduate in 1/3 increments. Very simple. Theater seat, of course. Then this is a hide-a-bed here. You have a fireplace. This is the remote for it here. So let's see here. If you go to here, see it says low and then high. That's the fan speed. So right now it's really kicking out because it's on high. You also can change the color of the fire, and you can also change the color of the crystals, right? And it also has a timer, so you can set the timer for it. So it's a really good space heater. This remote is for your sound here. Okay, so this plays discs, CDs and DVDs, of course. It has Bluetooth, AM, FM radio. You can stream off a USB drive, convert your favorite music to MP3s and take them with you. 2 speaker zones, A and B. A is inside the trailer, B is outside the trailer, so it does a lot. Like I said, AM, FM, plays discs, has Bluetooth. and USB, so it's got everything you need. All right, and the TV works like any other TV. Your microwave works like any other microwave. This is your range hood vent right here. It has a fan and a light. Okay. Your range, I'm not sure if you've got gas turned on right now or not. If not, I'll just talk you through it. So you have 3 burners, or 3 knobs here in the middle, and 3 burners. This is the sparker. You turn it clockwise to spark it, and this is for the oven. So it's that simple. Okay. The oven has a pilot light on it. So at the bottom, all the way to the back, is a pilot light. You might be able to see it spark from here. Yeah. So what you do is you go to the oven knob, and then you go to the picture of the flame, and then depress it. Keep it depressed while you're lighting it. With the other hand, you'll spark it till you see the pilot light down here light. After it lights, you hold this for 10 or 15 more seconds to heat up the thermocouple. Then you go to operating temperature, of course. When you shut it off, the flame goes out, so does the pilot light. So you have to remember to light the pilot light each time you use the oven. Always travel with the lid shut on it. Okay. Let's see what else we have here. The refrigerator is runs on 110 AC. That's what your inverter's for, right? I think I mentioned that out there, but this will, when we're plugged into AC power right now, so it just runs normally off AC power. But if let's say we didn't have any AC power and we had both batteries full, you could turn on the inverter and it will invert the power from DC to AC and run your refrigerator. Okay. Pantry here. This is just your center area here. The bottom one turns into a bed, and then the bunk, the top one drops down into a bunk. You have TV hookups here and chargers and that sort of thing. All right. So we move up a little bit. You have a little loft here for kids or grandkids or what have you. Then you've got the bathroom here. Sink and the shower work like any other sink and shower. Now you have a remote for your fan, because there's actually a vent cover on the roof that goes up and down. That's where you operate it here. You just turn it on. It'll open the vent for you. You shut it off and it'll close it. This is a GFCI. There are probably 2 in this trailer, so keep in mind if you're using a plug outside and it pops, it's going to be one of the inside GFCIs that you reset. The toilet is just typical RV toilet. It sits right over a black tank. It has a flush pedal right here. So when you can't use it dry, so you have to have chemical and water in the black tank. So when you get to your campground, you hook up your power and your water, you come in here, you dump a dose of chemical in there, step on the pedal long enough for about a gallon or so of water to go into the black tank along with the chemical, then you're ready to use it. Never use it dry. It can get clogged up and it'll smell terrible. So you always want to have chemical and water in there when you start off. For some reason he's got this in. Okay. So you have a second air conditioner up here. You saw the 2 thermostats that I showed you. You have some storage under here, I'm sure. Yes. Let me see if I can get it up for you. Storage there, like a foot locker type of situation. TV hookups here. Remember, this green light means that the digital signal booster for the antenna is on. If you shut it off, you won't get a good picture, so you always want it on and glowing green when using the antenna. You have, oops. This is pre-plumbed for a washer, either a stackable or a combo. Most people use the stackable, but you can go either way. This is just tell you that this is pre-wired for a Wi-Fi signal booster, which would consist of an antenna on the roof and a router. So if you're interested in getting better public Wi-Fi, you go to kingconnect.com and look at their products. All right. The other side of this is just, let me shut this off first. The other side of this is just, you can see it's just wardrobe and place to put folded clothes. Okay. All right. Let's go back this way. Let me look and see if I forgot anything. There's going to be another switch for your awning somewhere here. It's probably right here somewhere. He says, let me look again. Awning. Is this one? Yeah, this one right here. This is for your awning that's on the slide room, okay? This awning switch here is for the one that's on the wall, okay? And this is your TV remote, of course. This is all your literature for all your components. And you have shades, obviously, for the windows, and your TV does have a strap on it so it doesn't bounce around while you're towing it. So, okay. Okay, I want to thank you for purchasing your trailer here at National RV Detroit. Please remember what I said about inspecting your roof. That's a very important thing. It should be a part of your maintenance. People generally don't inspect the roof enough, so make sure you keep after that. And right now, this trailer is de-winterized in that the antifreeze has been purged and replaced with water. So we're in camping mode. Okay, thank you.